Normally I wouldn't make a video like this, but it is pretty much my job to look into why people believe that power scaling is such an issue. So after watching a few videos, I noticed that people are generally mad with this show due to the fact that the feats shown in the series aren't at all linear with what we see Mark do early on. From Mark, shown being capable of flying from the moon to the earth within 30 seconds, yet not being able to catch Angstrom. Or when the mythical dragon was able to bite through Mark like candy, yet that same dragon didn't face Titan. From even going as far as to say that Mark's durability should allow him to tank everything the series has to offer, which is absolutely ridiculous. Now, although I don't agree with what most people have to say in regards to power scaling, there is really only 2 instances where the scaling is genuinely off, and those characters are none other than Adam Eve and the Reanimen. I made a video explaining why Adam Eve is generally using her powers at a weaker baseline than what she is actually capable of. So I'll keep the rundown pretty short and link the video here. But Eve's power scaling ties in with her creativity under pressure, which means Eve simply not getting enough sleep or not eating enough does actually affect her abilities and performance with them. So she performs differently on a day-to-day basis. It's actually ironic that for as godly her powers are, it's the fact she's human that holds her back. This lines up with what we see from Eve during her fights, but with the Reanimen, there's genuinely no excuse, right? They 100% should not be capable of the things we see them do. But what I will say is that if Marvel characters are able to create suits of armor capable of tanking hits from gods or beings that scale pretty similar, what is the issue with the Reanimen being able to overwhelm a Viltrumite? D.A. Sinclair is by all means what happens when Tony Stark joins the Sith. Give Tony Stark the full backing of the US government, then give him the mindset of a false prophet, someone who genuinely believes that God created science and chose him alone to wield it. Not just to resurrect the dead, but to improve human limitation. To D.A. Sinclair, the Reanimen aren't abominations. They're proof that he has surpassed human limitation by evolving life beyond death. He sees himself less as a scientist and more as a savior chosen through technology. With all the resources Cecil ends up putting into this guy, all the drugs, machinery, and metals, I believe that the Reanimen being able to overwhelm Viltrumites is actually a pretty believable take. Think about it like this. What makes Conquest so powerful? He has a metal arm. What if the Reanimen were all made of the same material that this gauntlet consists of? They would solo Omni-Man, the same gauntlet that broke Mark's entire arm. Give that to D.A. Sinclair, and Cecil won't need Viltrumites on Earth anymore. It all makes sense when you think about it. As for Invincible himself, he is also scaled pretty much how he should be. My entire problem with the power scaling community as a whole is that the community does not account for science. As math is just one part of the equation, science is the other. Simply being human makes the powers of some people much weaker or inconsistent. We know this to be true with Eve, but it's also the same with Mark. He can never fight as consistently as someone like Nolan can. Mark cares too much about life, he tries not to kill, he holds back in all of his fights. We know this is true when Mark tells Angstrom,
"No idea what I've been through! How much I've been holding back!"
that he's been holding back his entire life. This is the one moment where we see Mark going all out. As there are no people around and he just witnessed his mom's half-beaten body, he takes all his frustration out on Angstrom, nearly killing him. We see that sonic boom from Viltrumites moving faster than the speed of sound as well. These sonic booms specifically are capable of killing people nearby. We see this in many fights. So people assuming Mark should scale consistently and recklessly move at the speed of sound to catch villains forget that this would leave behind tons of collateral damage. If he was casually moving at this speed, a lot of people are dying. There's really nothing else to it. He just can't afford to do that. Now, I have to keep this video pretty short, but all in all, the scaling is pretty consistent. If you take a full-powered, no-holding-back Mark from Season 4 and compare him to a full-powered, no-holding-back Mark from any other season, it's clear that he gets more powerful throughout the series. I've never once watched Invincible and was just fuming over the fact that Invincible isn't swiftly dealing with its rogues gallery. Some of you make the excuse that Invincible sacrifices its power scaling for great writing, but I think it does both pretty well. It's not perfect, but it shows how being human and being tasked with saving the world can really impact someone mentally. This is the foundation of Invincible. Mark's slow but eventual decline in his mental health throughout the series, impacting his fights, his relationships, and his motivation. He's not going to consistently tank hits from different people, and he's definitely not going to casually move at the speed of sound. But let me know your thoughts on this topic. I kept this video short as it's more just me stating my opinion on the matter. But if you guys want a more in-depth analysis of the powers and the way they're structured, go ahead and subscribe. I'm currently trying to reach 1,000 subscribers and all your help is more than appreciated. Otherwise, have a fantastic day. Soul out.